has been in here before.
She was wandering around on the street.
I'm going to take this collar off and give her owner a call.
Shelters exist because it is a response to the dumping of animals.
Pets Lifeline, 28 years of existence, started out because of the cats.
It's well established, it's been here a long time.
It's evolved into including dogs and cats now, with the ratio is about 4 or 5 to 1.
So you have your other paperwork on the trap, we'll get the first ones returned.
You have intake of animals for multiple different reasons. Stray, abandoned, relinquished, owner surrender.
We had a litter of 6 that came in last week. There are 5 orange males.
The community expectations of their shelters has continued to increase and increase.
We've had far too many stories of animals coming in because people have lost their homes and have no options. We're bringing in double the amount of dogs that we did in previous years.
It's truly a community-based shelter.
And the community has a long 28-year history of being very supportive.
That organization in the community that relates to people's families, to their homes, to what hits their heart and soul the most.
Empathy can't just be about animals. People and animals are attached, these are relationships.
So many different relationships that happen here, whether it be a person to person, a person to dog, a dog to cat.
And I talk to people that have gotten their pets here and they always tell me the story. Oh, I got my cat at Pets Lifeline 2 years ago and she's just the most precious thing and becomes such a part of our family.
You're Shaky Dog. You are just such a redhead with your little red-rimmed eyes. Our mission is protection and rehabilitation of stray and abandoned animals. We're able to really focus on the individual animals versus just getting them in and then getting them out.
The animals are like friends. How's everybody today? Who's going to come in? Who's going to get a home?
All the kitten boxes, cat boxes have to be changed out, which could be about 100 cat boxes on any given day. Our 13 kennels have to be cleaned thoroughly each day, twice a day.
And there are our little roly-polies.
Any animal that comes into our program goes out for adoption. Until the day it's adopted, it will still be here. And you don't have to be conflicted with not choosing all the kittens. What we had done is taken the van and gone to one of the animal control facilities just south of here and picked up 6 dogs that were lined up for euthanasia.
The other shelter had a definitively spaced capacity. They're getting a second chance here.
When you look at these dogs and you meet them, it's hard to believe that they just had that little brush with fate.
We receive animals that other shelters cannot adopt out.
This is Nemo. We're one of the few shelters that will take tiny kittens like this, and they don't always make it. Up to a week old, you have to feed them every 2 hours.
We're bringing it back today to be adopted. I told him I wouldn't turn him loose in there by himself. I'd go in with him.
A lot of our animals, especially the kittens, have been through a foster care program.
Now he'll come in here and get his collar to ID him for adoption. You ready?
They aren't just, your kitten off the street that you got from a grocery store. We can tell people about them.
Here you can see how playful they are, how shy they are, but here it gives people a chance to sit. They just curl up and just get to be more relaxed, get love so that they continue to stay friendly with people.
Hi there.
I think our kittens are especially lucky. They get to be snuggled a lot.
It's amazing how much information we collect to make sure that they're going to go into the right home. And then on the opposite side of that, we do that with the families too. Owen is actually available for adoption. His family will be coming in next day or so, but he's ready to go home. He's been a good boy.
Milo is our shelter cat. He's the sweetest, most mellow cat you could imagine.
We work with people in identifying the best match for them.
The interaction with people and the animals is the key to having the animals be adoptable.
And the ones that are scared, making them not scared. Once that dog comes up to you, gets in your lap, and lets out the big sigh, it's relief.
We want to see a 100% success rate with every animal that becomes united with its new adoptive family.
It's good to be able to sit down and talk to the adopter and get just the right match.
And believe me, all you have to do is spend a few days at the animal shelter and discover how unique all these animals are. Blue is a purebred lab. He's a teenager with a lot of energy. We take some older dogs because a lot of people want older dogs. And so typically when we see the older dogs, there's some story behind it, especially when they're well behaved. There's no logical reason why this dog would end up in the shelter. But here he is, and we'll get them all matched up.
Older cats are great for older people.
We bring them all in. They all get an opportunity.
We're able to take on special animals that we believe in and hold on to them until we can place them.
If there was ever a story that represents what we do here, it would be Arrow's story. At the end of a very long week, we went out and found a dog tied to our fence, as it happens often. And when we saw Arrow here, we realized that it was one of those things where this person really saw us as their only answer.
I became sort of obsessed about placing that dog in a good home.
Arrow became everybody's joy.
The fact that he only had 3 legs was only noticeable to everyone else, not to Arrow.
And he was my first experiment of using email blast marketing technology.
Always talking him up as the lovable little chap that he was.
In addition to him being partially deaf, partially blind, and having 3 legs, that he still has a big, big heart.
And we just had someone come in and foster him, and she also has a 3-legged terrier.
There was this wonderful happy ending to this dog.
It truly was a match made in heaven, so she is now going to be adopting Arrow.
It worked. He found his lifelong home.